you guys told me about something that I said I had to take a look at. Apparently, there was a debate where this information came out that they're trying to allegedly lower the standards for military, the physical fitness standards, lower the push-ups, lower the squats, lower the sit-ups, all of that, just so people who might be weaker could come on. That sounds crazy. Like I've said for a long time, we looking weak as a country. They do that, we gonna be weak as a country. We gonna be weak, man. You gonna have us out here just open, just looking wild. It's gonna be like that old Shaka Zulu scene. If you remember that old movie, that was a funny movie back in the day. I ain't watched that in years. You know, look at them like, let me run through these. They can't even do 5 push-ups. To get in, you gotta do 5 female push-ups. This is light work. People ain't gonna be intimidated no more. Let's check out this debate. And oh, look who's in it. This cornball loser. Cornball loser, AKA, hold on, let me make sure this screen is right. AKA Hunter Avallone. Straight wild. I don't like what's going on with this damn screen. Let me make sure the screen is right first. This is acting wonky. Oh, it's because of this. Yeah, close that. It's like, why is it? No, that's still on the screen. Let me reload it then. There's like a bar at the bottom of the screen that's
and there's a war
popping up that I don't like. F it. It's going to stay there. It ain't moving, so it's going to stay there. Let's get it.
All the masculine regimes and institutions in the world, such as state of Russia, Taliban, military, police, things like that. Even the black men are under attack. They're putting all the black rappers in dresses. Black rappers used to be last vestige of masculinity because they beat women and called them bitches and shot people. And now Kid Cudi's wearing a dress on Saturday Night Live. So there's a worldwide war.
That's a little bit wrong. I don't know if you've seen the first music videos for rap. They was wearing dog collars, wearing tight zebra-looking leather jeans with the tight vest. It looked like the Village People music video. Yeah, YMCA, it looked like the YMCA video. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Gangsters dressed like Rick James back in the day, in case you didn't know. This is a fact, right? So people always misunderstand. That's like the same way people be like, hip hop started as a message to rebel against the authority. No, it did not. No, it did not. I'm from the Bronx, where hip hop was invented. It was to party, to distract you from all the shit that was going on. And then people started putting consciousness into hip hop. In fact, they were so against that. What was the biggest hit song back then? Don't Push Me, 'Cause I'm close to the edge. I think that was Grandmaster Flash. He didn't want to do that song for years because it was too conscious. That was an era of hip hop that people were referring to, preferably in the 90s, actually. Public Enemy, NWA, things like that. But yeah, so that's a common misconception.
On men, we need to replace it with a worldwide war on women. And so I think that's 2 minutes. So that's my opening statement. Yeah, so I guess I would start with what Doobie said about how girls are filling up these spaces where they weren't allowed in, and now men just can't compete. I mean, that might be true, except for the fact that the standards are having to be lowered in order to accommodate quotas for women.
That's
and
wild.
You see this in the military, you see this in the police in particular. It's the best example, where they have to lower the physical fitness standards to allow women to get in. And you see this in a lot of major companies. They have quotas for how many women they have to hire, how many women, for example, some of the major stock indices like the NASDAQ, S&P 500, they have set quotas for how many women need to be on the board of directors of the major companies. So it's not a question of...
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Lowering the quota for the military and having, we got to have this amount of women. That's insane.
Competition. It's as though it's something happening naturally. In a state of nature, men are stronger than women. And so if it was ever a competition, men would just beat the shit out of women, but that's not allowed. And if it was a battle of competence, well, men would also win that competition. So that's why they have to lower the standards. That's why they have to.
It's for educational purposes, guys. Just in case you know. I would love to get in on a debate like this, but Hunter would run. Hunter would run. He would run like a baby back bitch that he is.
Have quotas. That's why they have to have HR and, bureaucratic society change the rules. So that also answers the Hunter Avallone point that none of this is happening with intent, that it can't be a war because there's no intent. Well, what do you call all these policies that are trying to socially engineer the society for more so-called female representation? That's intent. That's the lack of competition, which you said that there is. So right there, I mean, that's completely debunked.
Yeah, can I respond to that?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, but
well, the point of what I was saying was that. Wait a minute, guys. The point of what I was saying is that.
Stardust, excuse me. Women are depressed because they're all going to hell. Okay, hell. The dirty little fact is that hell is filled to the brim with women.
My dude.
Oh snap! Fam, he's going in. He's going in. I think it's filled with just a lot of nasty people. But okay. All right, that's your opinion.
Women are depressed because they exist in the same world as you. So can we get back to my point?
That's whether they're in the workplace, and that's whether they're in the home. Yeah, well, I just want to say this before we kick it over to Styles. I'll say one other thing. The reason I brought up inventions is this.
He is running this panel, bro. Whose panel is this? They let him run this. How can I call in? I'd bully the hell out of somebody on here.
Whether it's a military combat or it's innovation or it's the big companies and the stock indices, the point is that the sort of elevation of women is artificial. It is deliberate. It's intentional. Because that was the claim, is that, the displacement of men by women in some places.
I said, oh no, I'm going to hell. It sounds crazy. No, that's wild. That's what, no, you're not going to hell just because you're a woman. That sounds insane.
It's just a natural.
I think he was definitely trolling.
Evolution of society. And I said, whether you look at military or you look at the boardroom, you've got quotas, you've got standards being lowered. It's social engineering. This is not laissez-faire. This is not just something that's happening as a consequence of competition. This is by design, and clearly, if standards are being lowered and quotas are being raised up, that's clearly intent. And it's something that is negative towards men and positive towards women. So, I mean, that was the point.
That lacks nuance. So, like, for example, you're right that there are some cringy companies that actually do have quotas for, like, we must have this many women. We must have this many black people. And that's fucking cringe. I agree with Doobie that diversity for diversity's sake is probably not a great idea. But this idea that it's all being socially engineered is bullshit. I mean, we're seeing women succeed in college, for example, even more so than men.
I don't know how much I can say on YouTube. Hunter don't know what he's talking. It is blatantly is, man. There are companies and businesses and all this, and it has certain standards that you got to meet in order to get a certain rating. The hell are you talking? I ain't gonna say no name. But certain businesses want to get certain approval from certain ranking systems and stuff because they want to be popular. They want everyone to love them or whatever. Other people are not going to do business with them. They're going to get less sponsors. I can say about just that on YouTube. I'll say everything else on Rumble.
That is very, very natural. It's a common thing that's happening.
No, it's
and if we want to talk about things that are socially engineered, I mean, we can look on the other side of things. Why do you think there are so few women in positions of like STEM or mathematics or scientific research? The reason for this is because growing up, they are socialized to not be believing that they are actually as smart or as good at those types of subjects, when in fact they actually are.
Some females just don't want to do those type of jobs. There might be some females that's like, oh, I want to be a scientist when I grow up. Yeah, but then some females don't look at that. Like, nah, they're just like, I don't want to play with test tubes right now. Should be. There's probably scientists that didn't want to be scientists. It's just like, I need a job, man. I got bills and shit. That's probably a possibility.
Divorce rates skyrocketing and families, which I think has led to a lot of our societal downfalls. But I'm going to yield my time to Nick because
let's go. See, that's a pro man advocate right there. Like saying, hey, we'll give the platform to the man. Right on. That's why we love you. That's why we love you.
He's a troll.
Well, here,
he's a troll. I don't know why so many people like hate him, to be honest. I don't take nothing he says that's like offensive at all, to be honest.
We're just sort of all over the place.
Laugh at it like,
the point is that men are being displaced by women in the society, and it's by design, and that constitutes a war. And that's happening professionally, educationally, culturally. It's not just, nobody's talking about this because they're setting quotas. If they're setting quotas,
other than a couple cringy companies that set quotas, which we all agree.
I thought this was his time. I thought this was Mr. Nicholas' time. They get interrupt? Oh man, let me call into this. Let me get on this panel. Oh yeah, I'll run circles around these people.
You know what? Do you know what the stock
What else is socially engineered to happen?
There's quotas and it's not just a few companies. It's the biggest companies in the world. It's in the federal government. It's in the military. So-called.
Let me read this. Y'all said the reason people. I got like a screen of it. The reason people hate Nick is because his mentality is either get blanked by the blank or blank by the blank. Yeah, that's kind of intense. I get it. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm sure there's another option.
No representation. So you've got it in the private sector in the economy. You have it in the universities. And then you also have it even in you have it in movies and TV shows. There's quotas about how many.
When women are part of companies or the government, those companies, the government, whatever they're a part of, it flourishes. It does well.
On what planet?
Okay, and this commercial now I'm about to play ain't never gonna get old. It sounds like Hunter needs to hear this. A few people might need to hear this. Why not? Hit that like button. Hi. Are you noticing that it takes a long time for her to reply to your text? That she only calls you when she's on her way somewhere. She always tells you how funny you are. Every time you think that you're about to get a chance with her, she got a new boyfriend. Guess what, fam? She don't like you, motherfucker. She don't. You in the friend zone, bro. Most people think there's only two options. Become an incel or become a simp. We don't want to be neither one of those. At least I would hope my viewers don't. So I got the solution. If you're looking for it, call 1-800-STOP BEING A BITCH. I repeat, that's 1-800-STOP BEING A BITCH. She don't like you. So what? So the fuck what? Move on, bruh. If you're one of those motherfuckers that want to just stay there, you just want to last forever. It's like, oh, eventually she'll see me. Okay, keep your bitch ass there. While me and Tony over here gonna be banging that back out, you gonna be just, just sad over there with the lonely face. Just like, and then when we break up with her, guess who's gonna be there? Yeah, it's gonna be you. It's gonna be you. Yeah, but when she wants somebody, it ain't gonna be you. And if you're a Chad, I'm not talking to you. Take your pretty ass off my fucking video. I'm just joking. You could stay, but shut the fuck up. I'm talking to everyone else. The guys that gotta try hard. And I'm not really necessarily just talking to guys. A simp can be anybody. Incel can be anybody. But you don't want to be neither one of those things is the fucking point. If you were to focus on bettering yourself, half the amount of time as you focus on chasing people, she'll probably want you. Or he, whatever you're into. But no, you're not focused on that. You focus on everything else. You focus on the guys who are actually getting with her and you focus on her dumbass. And that's right, I said dumbass. I should really more say selfish. But guys, she's not wrong for being selfish. Life is short on this earth. The time that we have here is short as fuck. So she's just putting her priorities in check. Getting her back banged out until she's like the age of 35. After 35, she's gonna start looking for other prospects of sensitivity. He listens. He's attentive. That's when she's going to start caring about that. But for right now, she don't give a fuck about none of that. Get down with me and I'm going to teach you the secret fucking techniques on how to never be put in a friend zone, never be a fucking simp, and never be an incel. Things like how to reply to her messages. If she calls you asking for help, what do you do? And my favorite technique, what do you do when it's her birthday? What do you do? Once again, if you want to learn this, call 1-800-STOP BEING A BITCH. I repeat, that's 1-800-STOP BEING A BITCH. Back to your video. But hold up. I had to stop this real quick just to let y'all know that I need you to hit the like button. Oh yeah, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Just check. Just now. Just check. YouTube be unsubscribing people or whatnot. Make sure that you sub and drop some comments. Put Fang in the comment sections. Let me know that you rock with me. Also, don't forget to check me out on Patreon. Helps me keep going. You never know, man. I might get canceled. Might come on here. I might be gone tomorrow. Never know. Check me out on Patreon to find exclusive content. You also get early access to a bunch of stuff as well. All right, back to the video with your anxious ass. What you know? Where you going to that you got to rush? Play the video.
If companies, hey, think about it. If companies flourished because of female representation, they wouldn't need to be forced to accept a quota. If women made companies thrive, companies would just bring them in just because.
Not every female hired is part of a quota system.
Yeah, not every female hired is part of a quota. Not to mention, and Nick asked what evidence there is of this. There's literally over there's over 3 decades of research showing that when women are part of firms, whether that be banks, the military, any kind of a large group, they absolutely benefit that company.
He's simping. He is simping right now. How'd your woman benefit you? I know how she benefited those 5 guys. Oh, yeah. She was wild. She was wild. She had the time of her life, apparently. She was, my bad.
This is why some of the top earning companies across the world literally are out earning companies that don't have women. The companies that are the most successful are also companies that have more diversity and more women. The companies that are not as successful are lower in regards to the amount of women they have working in that industry. So this idea that like it's all just a quota is not true necessarily. Again, I agree that
necessarily. Is it not true? Or is it not true necessarily? Which one? I think Hunter just want to just talk. You just want to talk and be a blue pill beta.
Diversity for diversity's sake is unnecessary, but acting like every woman in every position is somehow there because of a quota is not true. It's probably because partially, at least, women benefit significantly in working in those firms.
Yeah, he said, I'm done. As far as the military, which I believe, let me see. Are they going to go back to that?
As far as men and women, I agree with you.
Yeah, they're not going to go back to that. It don't seem like it. But yeah, that was enough. That was enough. As far as the whole military discussion, yeah, I think that's ridiculous. I think that's extremely ridiculous. Lowering the quota, like, oh, you don't got to be able to do this amount of push-ups. Let's make it a little bit easier. Fam, we gonna look weak. And we gonna be weak. That's not a good move. Even I'm looking at it like that's crazy. That would be a stupid move in my personal opinion. But tell me what yours is in the comment section. Hit the like button. Also, you can check me out on memberships or my Patreon. And if you can't, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just hit the like button, share the video, make sure you click the bell, hit all notifications and all that good stuff. And watch another video, man. I release a lot of videos. You might have missed the notification, right? So go check to see what you missed.